Alrighty. Well, let's get started, I guess. Thanks for joining again, everybody. I hope everything's going okay with the coronavirus situation. We're on day three of lockdown here in France, and I don't know, things are starting to get a little bit surreal. And also just the prospect of having so far ahead of us is pretty intense. So, what I thought would be good today is introduce something really positive and empowering. And I wanted to give you guys a little bit more of the neuroscience behind why these techniques work, and to be able to sort of, I don't know, motivate maybe you to practice through a bit of what's actually going on in your mind and in your brain. And the thing that I wanted to just leave with people today, and most of you or some of you already know about this, but it's the negativity bias of our brains. Essentially, what we know now is that our minds are constantly on the lookout for the negative in the environment, and there's an evolutionary reason for that because negative stuff is potentially stuff that can kill us, and so you want to be on the lookout for that. You want that to be salient, but what it means for us is that we've inherited this programming evolutionarily to constantly be looking out in our environment for things that are bad news. So that means even things that have happened in the past. So you actually remember negative things that have happened to you better than positive things. In the present moment, you're also looking for dangers in your environment. You're sort of on vigilance, and you're also, when you think forward, your mind has this tendency to believe that what's going to happen is going to be worse than it actually is. We don't have a very good optimistic prediction of what's going to happen all the time because our mind is constantly sort of putting us on the safe side. And that was really good and important part of survival, like, hundreds of thousands of years ago. But now a lot of the reasons why those things were in place just don't exist anymore. We live in a modern environment, and it becomes just a big problem because there's so much stimulus and so much news, and you just pick out all the negative in our environment, and it's really intense. So, I mean, of course, that doesn't mean to ignore the negative stuff, but the idea is to just bring a bit of a rebalance into how our minds are looking uh, around at things in our environment. And so, how do we do that? Well, the best way to do that, and the practice that we'll do today, this evening, is through gratitude practice. And there's a pretty big scientific literature on gratitude practice now, and it's pretty much the best practice you can do in terms of having an impact on your well-being. And by well-being, I mean like happiness. Basically, it's like the number one practice that makes people happy. And there's good reasons for that. It also has a huge impact on relationships because you sort of foster this appreciation for the people in your life, and it shields you pretty well against stress, which then has all a great number of ramifications for your physical health as well, and sort of combats self pity, which can be pretty damaging. So, how does it work? Well, basically, we're just retraining our mind to focus on the positive things that are around us. And a funny thing happens once you do this for a couple of weeks. What you do is you're just habitizing this by doing it deliberately and thinking of things to be grateful for. You're habitizing this sort of behavior, and then naturally your mind just starts looking for positive things in your environment. And as you do that, you just gain a greater appreciation for what's going on, and you enjoy yourself, more. I mean, example we were talking about earlier is, how many times you've been in a restaurant and you're having a great time, and then somebody next to you, is just like, oh, the service is terrible, or the food is blah blah, and just like focusing on all the negative things, which are kind of, they're true, right? It's not like those things aren't happening, but you can choose to pay attention to what you want to. So there you go. So what are we going to do? So we're going to do a gratitude practice, which is going to slowly, over the course of time, sort of reprogram our brains to look out for good things and make us feel better, basically. And I think at the end of this practice, you should just feel a lot better. I know I do. I mean, this is one of my favorite practices, to be honest. And it's just a great thing to do, even when you're lying in bed, just before you go to sleep, or like the first thing you do when you get up in the morning. I find that doing a little bit of gratitude just right when I wake up actually helps me get out of bed, because I always wake up in a bad mood, like, oh, I just want to stay in bed and stuff. So just like, oh, okay, I'm lucky I woke up this morning. Helps me kind of get motivated. But we can also practice with it deliberately in a proper practice, which we'll do now. So let's just transition into the practice a little bit. As you know, kind of like talking at full speed and then boom, stop and practice. So just take a moment to get comfortable, sit however you need to, any way that allows you to relax completely, but also remain alert. And when you're ready, if you haven't already, we'll close our eyes. And for this meditation, it's really important that we, bring a sense of positivity and joy into it. And just putting a smile on our face can do that. So just bring an image of a smile to your face, or into your mind, or into your eyes. And begin to relax any obvious tension in the body. Anywhere that's holding or clenching. Anything you can just let go of. And before we dive in, just take a moment to set the intention to really give this a go. To really commit to the practice for the next 10 minutes or so. To really try and put aside anything else that needs to be solved. And you're here, you're with us, you're practicing, so you might as well make the most of it. And we'll start off by taking a few deep breaths, just to slow things down. Taking a deep breath in, and relaxing the body and slowing down the exhale. And feel the breath in your whole body. As you inhale deeply, and feel your body relax as you exhale. Now we'll sweep our attention through our bodies from head to toe to see if we're holding any unnecessary tension. You can start off with the face and soften on the eyebrows and the forehead. Feeling each area as we go, as you relax your neck. Releasing your shoulders, allowing them to drop. Resting your arms and your hands. Letting go of any subtle clenching. Relaxing your chest and your belly. Relaxing your hips and your thighs. And softening your calves, your ankles, and your feet. And then becoming aware of your whole body. Feel yourself sat there, softening and relaxing your whole body. Now, I'd like you to bring to mind something that happened today that you can be grateful for. This can be anything, something small, like having coffee in the morning, just the fact that the sun came up this morning. Or it can be something bigger, like being close to your family or a certain friend in your life. Just bring that to mind, whatever it is. Notice that maybe in the moment that it happened today, you didn't quite remember how fortunate you were at that time. But now looking back, it's something you can feel gratitude towards. So hold that in your mind and practice cultivating this sense of gratitude towards that event. Feel and accept how fortunate you are. Give yourself permission to smile and be happy and grateful. Allow yourself to feel gratitude for just the little things that happened today. I'd like you to let go of whatever you're thinking about right now and ask, what is something that will happen tomorrow that I can be grateful for? And we don't always know what's going to happen, but you can just keep it easy, like being able to eat or have access to food. Maybe you'll go for a walk or just simply being alive. Thousands of little things all the time that we can practice gratitude for. And as you hold this in your mind, really focus on the feeling of gratitude. Now you can let go of whatever you're thinking about for tomorrow. And just more generally, ask yourself mentally this question: what am I grateful for? Say that silently to yourself. What am I grateful for? And just allow any sensations or feelings or thoughts that come to you. What am I grateful for? You can mentally say thank you in your mind to whatever has come up. And again, notice how the gratitude feels in the body. Is there a slight sort of softening or opening, or however you might describe it? Just notice how feeling gratitude makes you feel in your body. And see if you can let go of any specific thing that you're grateful for and just cultivate that sensation of gratitude. Gratitude for gratitude's sake. You might imagine that you're saying thank you with your entire body. You might feel gratitude for your body itself. And a sense of being fortunate for everything you're experiencing right now. Just the fact that you're able to have this experience. If you just keep that feeling of gratitude, of thanking going, feeling it, giving yourself permission to sink into that feeling. Keeping that feeling in the forefront of your mind. When you're ready, just slowly begin to open your eyes. And continue to feel gratitude for whatever's around you. For the space around you, for the people around you, for simply the fact that you can see. Experiment with just having gratitude for your entire experience indiscriminately. See if you can sort of keep that feeling, that sort of fortunate, grateful feeling as you move into the rest of your evening. Awesome. Well, that is the end of the practice. I should get a little bell or something. It's not always obvious when it ends, but thank you, for lack of a better word, for practicing together, for being here, and as usual, it'd be awesome to hear how that went for you guys. Was there anything that worked well? Maybe you could share, what you were grateful for, or how it made you feel. And of course, if you have any questions at all about the practice, or even about stuff that we did like yesterday or the day before, or your practice in general, then don't hesitate to just write a little message. So I've got Alex's phone again, so I'm not like super far behind. Hannah, thank you. Yeah, good one. Mm. Because this is one of the practices I think that is, well, not that I think, I mean, we just know now, sort of in the research, that people doing a gratitude practice in one form or another way, a good way to do it is just a journal that you write down. I never think to do that. I'm not organized enough to do that. So, but I know other people have good results with that. And the idea is to just constant. I mean, you're sort of tricking yourself in a sense. You're just sort of on the lookout for things to be grateful for, and you feel the gratitude, and the gratitude itself has this amazing sort of power of healing your mind somehow, that we don't really understand why, but seems to work. And then you're conditioning yourself to just look out for the positive all the time, and you just feel better because of that, because you're realizing it. Yasmin, thank you very much. It was great. Really enjoyed focusing on the feeling and bringing the feeling of gratitude to your immediate surrounding. Yeah, I think that's a cool part too, because often we have this feeling that our meditation is like, you sit down and you meditate for 10 minutes, and like, okay, it's meant to do something, maybe not, and then you like get up and you go and you completely forgotten. It's not obvious always how your meditation is actually impacting your life. Whereas with the gratitude one, I think you can really feel it, or I feel it, like where you open your eyes and you just like, oh, whoa, I'm experiencing things differently to the way it was before. Like, I shouldn't have felt so uptight, I guess. Laura Gregory, gonna try to use this to help me get up in the morning. Yeah, me too. I mean, I that's like it helps me get out of bed. I feel like grateful for the coffee I'm about to drink, and it kind of helps. Although I am terrible at it. Maxi, grateful for an awesome bunch of friends. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, cool. Me too. That's a good one, and I think that's one that's like it's for me coming out really strong now with the coronavirus. Like everybody seems to be realizing how important the people around them are and feeling a lot of gratitude towards things like this and like being close to family and stuff, which is cool. Found it difficult to end the practice. Like my head didn't want to come back. You don't need to come back, so you can stay there. Just keep the gratitude going. I mean, it doesn't have to stop. You can try to kind of keep that on the back burner all the time, and just it's a pretty radical stance in a way, and it's actually a really almost like I think it's quite like a brave stance because you're completely letting go of self pity and of sort of complaining and stuff, and you're just like radically grateful for all the little things. And when you think about it, there's just a trillion things to be grateful for that we're just ignoring all the time. How long do you do this practice for in the morning? Uh, Maxi, really not that long. Just because. So what I try and do is just before I go to sleep, just rattle off. Okay, what three things happened today that I can feel grateful for? Cool, grateful, 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 and it lasts like 2 minutes. And then in the morning, same thing. Like, ooh, what three things are gonna happen today that I can feel grateful for? And then just like feel like the really important part is to feel it in the body. To be like, gratitude, 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 and just like 2 minutes like that and then start off your day. And that's all I really managed to get time for. Thanks, Laura. It's grateful for practice such strange times stuck indoors. Came out of that with a big smile. Thanks, Paul. Thanks, Funny. All right. Well, thank you for everybody for joining, and see if there's anything. Oh, Craig. Hi, Craig on Facebook. This is very nice. It helped me start a routine, which I've been struggling with. Yeah, awesome. I think it's a good one for it's just an easier one to do because you just feel good from it straight away and you feel positive and that's just sort of what we want sometimes. Whereas often just a meditation practice like focus on the breath like that, it's really good, but it's less it can feel more like work, whereas this can feel a lot more enjoyable. All right, thanks everybody, and hopefully see you all tomorrow. Stay safe.